Just because someone tells you you're good enough, it doesn't mean you're good enough. You're not good enough, okay? I know that's a weird way to start a video, but this is something that I've been thinking about myself because, as I told you guys, I'm learning sales, right? So I'm doing basically high-ticket closing for my own offer, right? Which is a fairly expensive offer for software developers, okay? And I'm doing all kinds of sales training. And I was just talking with the marketing agency that I'm working with yesterday, and the owner of the agency, right? There were some snafus and stuff like that, but the owner of the agency, he's like, oh man, yeah, you're closing at a 30% close rate. Like, you're doing great. Like, you're doing awesome. Like, you're really good at sales, actually. And you know, it's very tempting to take that compliment. It's tempting to believe that compliment, right? And he means this, right? So here's the other thing about it. It's like, he's not lying when he says that majority of the people that they work with, that they suck at sales, that they don't even close anyone, or they have like a 10% close rate, and so 30% is great, right, in his eyes. However, here's the problem with this, right? And other people have told me the same thing. Other people that I've talked to have said, oh wow, you're just naturally good at it. Like, you're good at sales. Yeah, the sales training is great, but you don't even need it. Like, you need to give yourself a pat on the back because you're good at sales. And they're wrong. Okay, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not going to believe it. It doesn't matter what the results are. It doesn't matter if I'm better than other people. It doesn't matter if I'm better than average. I still suck, and I know it. Okay, now again, you might say, John, well, you're being so hard on yourself. Bro, no, I'm not being hard on myself. I'm being honest with myself, okay? Because the answer is, the reality of the situation is that I'm on my calls. I see how real salespeople, how real experts sell. I see what I'm missing. I see where I'm messing up. I see where I have deals that I could have made that I did not make them. And that's the truth. That's the reality of the situation. And so the important thing about this, like the reason why I'm making this video, is because I think this will be useful to you as well, is because, you know, you hear often to not listen to your haters, and I think that's great advice. You shouldn't listen to your haters. They're full of shit. They don't know what they're talking about. You know, man in the arena. You know, be a doer, right? The one who accomplishes things, who does things, you know, is important. Like the haters and the critics, forget about them, and that's very true. But it's also true to ignore your lovers, ignore the people that are prepping you up, right? And this can come in two ways, right? I think a lot of people are like, oh, well, yeah, you should ignore fake flattery. Okay. True. I mean, that's easy to identify when people are just flattering you and they're doing it for some ulterior motive, right? But you should also ignore flattery from people who care about you. Okay, because it's going to pump up your ego. It's going to pump up your head. It's going to make you think that you don't need to improve. It's going to make you think that you're good enough already. And while, you know, on a level of like value as a human being, that might be true. Okay, but on the level of being a man and accomplishing your goals and doing what you need to do, that's some bullshit that will take you the fuck down. It will make you worse. It will make you not achieve your goals. It will make you complacent and make you think that you've already accomplished something that you haven't, right? I could take that compliment and I could say, oh yeah, I'm good enough at sales. I'm good at sales, right? And what's going to happen if I do that? Okay, what's going to happen is I'm not going to practice as hard. I'm not going to train as hard. I'm going to think that I'm already there when in reality I know that I suck. It's the same thing even with running. You know, a lot of people are like, oh wow, I mean, you're doing good, dude. Like you've recovered from, you had knee surgery like in April and now you're already running, dude. Like just being able to run is awesome, and it is awesome. That's great, but that's still not an excuse. It still doesn't mean that I'm gonna lower my standards and be like, you shouldn't be up here. Like, I'm gonna run a marathon by the end of this year. That's where I'm going to get to. And the only way that's gonna happen is if I stop believing the bullshit that I'm already there, that I'm already good enough, because that's not true. It just simply is not true. Because the thing is that if you were already good enough, you would know it. right? And that's the thing about it, is sometimes we're like, oh, we beat ourselves up. And I'm not saying to beat yourself up, because I'm not beating myself up, okay? The fact that I suck at sales right now, it doesn't mean that I suck as a person. I'm not beating myself up about it. I'm not saying, oh, John, like, woe is you, like, oh, you're so horrible. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, objectively, you suck at sales, okay? But you're going to get better, and here's the plan, and here's why you're going to do this, and that's important to understand, right? So that's it, dude. If you are taking compliments from people and you're not really questioning it, if you're not using your own judgment, and again, this comes back to being a man. As a man, you have to use your own judgment and decide, right? Because I'll tell you one more thing real quick, and then we'll end this video. But look, if everyone in the world thinks you're awesome, right? If everyone's like, oh, look at all the things you've done, the accomplishments you've had in life, okay? And you know that you're fucking up in life. You know you're not giving it your all. It doesn't matter if you're winning medals. It doesn't matter if you're making a ton of money. It doesn't matter what kind of outward success you are seeing and experiencing in life. If you know that you're not giving it your all, right? Then you're the one who will feel that in your heart, in your soul, and you won't be able to sleep at night, because you know you can't bullshit yourself. You know what you're doing, right? And I feel best about myself when I'm giving it my all, not necessarily when I'm succeeding. Succeeding is fun. It's great. I love to succeed, okay? But real success is giving it your all. Real success is having an adequate, like a realistic estimation of yourself and your abilities, right? An objective view of yourself, and then putting forth your best effort. And if you do that every day, then you will get external success, but more importantly, you will have the internal success that is true esteem, right? If you want a formula for fake confidence and somewhat arrogance and a false esteem, real insecurity, it's success without work. Success without work is poison.